So fire in my heart. Maybe. Chris, how's it going, man?
When there's a beginning, there's an ending too.
Shit, really? Ooh, how's it going, man? You see? And you say I don't care about you? I sit here and live chat for you all the time, okay? Don't you goddamn dare point that finger at me. Kami, how's it going, buddy? What if this thought project was a real scenario? Yes. Wow. Ooth, you were not gonna believe it. I already thought that was the case, buddy. You're not quite as subtle as you believe. Print. Shit. Dude, I'm so fucked. What is a word that starts with P-I? Pinch? Shit. Unknown, how's it going, man? No, Uth is here. Harsh doesn't count as a mod. You can just treat him like a normal person. The only time you gotta worry about him as a mod at all is Outer Wild streams. Yeah, Harsh is a regular dude. He's not allowed to time out or ban anyone in his COI streams. He's effectively neutered. Don't worry about it. Fuck, what was it? Pizza! Shit. Yeah, count as like a quarter of a mod. But do we all know a friend that looks like Jack Quaid? Because Jack Quaid just looks like generic white dude number 4. Am I crazy? Oh, you want me to read it with RI right now? Ooth, honestly, listen, I'll take your money. I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? I am very much for sale. I have 0 principles. I have 0 will to live. Listen, I'm for sale, okay? I got no qualms. But we'll be done in like a month, dude. Honestly. Harsh is reading COI and giving us his kitchen burning theories. Nice. Just finish COI from here, I say. Then start I. No, that's what I'm saying. Unknown. I will listen. If Utha wants to pay me, buy me off to read them both right now, I'll do it. I got no qualms. Okay, no problem. I'll do it right now. I'll make that deal any day of the week. Okay. I just mean like, honestly, just I'll be done in a month. Just save yourself the money, or give it to me just because you're having a good day, or spend it on yourself. I don't know. How much to read smut? Your fucking soul. Okay, Sierra, that one I can't do, okay? I have to meet my maker when I die. That one I can't do, okay? That's gonna be on the internet forever. I can't do that. Dude, I don't know what these like fucking cracker things are that like my mom bought. They're like fucking weird shape. But they're so good. What the fuck? It's pure carbs. It's dog shit. I shouldn't be eating this, but they taste so good. What the fuck? I haven't read any of the bad parts out loud. If anything, I went back and when I was originally free to read COI and RI together after Perfect Run, then you said, and you asked, could you read RI after? Listen, Uth, I'll start it. That's not the concern. It's just Ode, Ballad, Epic. Oh, I see what you're going for. I don't know. It's Seer, do you know what the Supreme Court's decision in the U.S. for pornography, or sorry, of what like sex on screen or like pornography looks like? Do you know what the ruling was? The majority decision was written by, I want to say Scalia, but I might be wrong. It might be Roberts. I can't. No, tell me. So the bar. This is the Supreme Court majority decision. I'm not even lying. You can look this up. The decision says pornography. The thing is, because basically someone went to court to say like, okay, what's the limit? Like, where is it just like a movie that's risque, and then where does it become porn? Because it's important because it means like one can't be broadcast on live television. One can't be, one has a lot more limitations. One has like a lot of stuff, right? And the Supreme, because like it would be weird to calculate like how much skin can you show, like all that stuff. It's really difficult to calculate. And the majority decision said porn is literally there is no specific line, but I know it when I see it. It's the same thing. I don't have like a set line of like, okay, if they're doing XYZ, then I won't read it out loud, but it's just like I'll know it when I see it. Ode, Ballad, Epic, Last. Shit. What is Villanelle? Hey, nice. See, if you don't know a word, but it's reading on screen, but it's reading not on screen per se. It's the same thing, right? Oratory is a form of art. I'm not saying what I do is art by any stretch of the fucking imagination. I want to be clear. I'm a fucking idiot. I just mean in general. And that is the one thing I'm really looking forward to. But I also do know this motherfucker like eats children or some crazy shit. So I don't know. Maybe I'll be fine reading that because it's not sexual, but I don't know. Like I said, I'll know it when I see it. See, this isn't making her wait at all. I'm sorry. I said the main character of Reverend Insanity eats children, and it goes, damn, I can't wait for that, bro. It's crazy. What? What? Dreams. Zombies. Sweet nothings, sweet nothings, sweet dreams, sweet pea, sweet spot. Am I cooking? Oh, I'm cooking so hard. What? It's so peak. I'm so goated. What the fuck? I cooked so hard. I never get the purple ones. I always get them by like elimination. What? My mom is sweet unknown. She's adorable. Love that woman. God, she gets on my nerves sometimes, but love her. Couple. Any lawyer in chat? I have to imagine I'm far too brain rotted for any fucking lawyer to be one of. Oh fuck! I did this after. Fuck. Cutter word. LOTM though. Gotta love them. I know they're the sweetest. Yep. Sharon, female, early. Audrey. Audrey, female, later. Trissy. Demoness, female, Miss Sharon. Shit. Madam Sharon. So, female, demoness sect. Earlier than 1-1 sitting. Now, if I was Sal, I would say something less nice. Yeah, but Sal's a dickhead, so don't be like him. I need to find a new slop game. Do you like Friends Slop, Kami, or do you like Charmaine? Maybe. No, Charmaine was way later. What the fuck are you talking about? You're trying to fucking confuse me, Seer. Idiot. Dr. Z, how's it going? Cheek? No, she was way later, no? Fucking what? I don't use this for entertainment anymore. And pirate it because I'm good slop games. You can probably find Forza Horizon on. Maybe you can find Forza Horizon 5 in that's piratable anymore. I don't know. I don't know because it is a live service game, so I don't. Hi, Dr. Z. I asked to join you, but Brent said I'm not welcome. What? How dare he? What? Oh shit, that reminds me, fuck, I need to boost the server too. We've lost our level 3 privileges. Shit. Oh, I actually need to mod it. I need to do it today or our enhanced roll styles go away too.
I never felt like
He said you already have 4 and didn't want to install mod for more people. Okay, well that's hardly the same, Kami. Don't say you're not welcome. That's not the same.
baby still with me.
It's midnight is past. Did you make a wish? I did.
I never felt like
Okay, plus, you've never seen Burnt try to download a mod. Trust me, it's for everyone's betterment that he said no. I'm Unk, but he's Unk, bro. Holy shit. Burnt is genuinely concerning sometimes when you have to watch this motherfucker do something. Holy shit. Uth, what's up, buddy? What are you upset about? What's up? What happened? What are you upset about? Kleiner Rizal? Is that are you an idiot? What a silly question. Look up in chat? Look in general chat, Wiz? Like in Discord? I once worked together with Burn as lawyer. He was sharp. No, he's sharp logically, but he's no, but like computer wise, he is genuinely illiterate as fuck. And I'm not very computer literate either. It's just agonizing how fucking like oh no, guys, no one donate to me. It's too painful. I'm sorry. What do you want? Devil, really, my strongest supporter. Love that dude. Since I can't change the outcome of the matter at the moment, and then try your best to improve yourself, obtain more power and wield more authority until one day you can participate in the gambling. If you die during this process, it's better not to do anything. Who the fuck said this, Klein? Isaac? You know who this is? Alger? No, that seems too wise to be Alger. That seems crazy. Ooth, what? You're cooking! You beat everyone in chat and you beat Dr. Z. Hold your head high, Ooth. What? Hold your head high, Ooth. You are strong. Alger said that to Audrey. Alger is not wise, okay? Saying one wise thing does not make you wise, okay? Alger's dumb as bag of bricks. This seems too easy. Here. This, if he goes here, I take. He can't go anywhere else, I win. Alger is the most wise member of the Tarot Club for a long time. Then why does sleeping with men once make you gay? Does it? If someone said I was in college and once had a gay experience, you'd be like, oh, you're gay? Really? I'm curious. I'm not. Really? You think so? Alright. Alright, Besides, you're French. Are you even allowed to hold that opinion? Reading COI has changed you. You and don't say that. Okay, it is not. Don't pretend like I wasn't open-minded before. Don't do this. What the fuck? All right. What did my fucking mod send me? I'm so curious. What did my fucking mod send me? Let's see. This should be of immense value, right?
I am not gay. I have relationships with women. And sex with men. And I got news for you.
Okay, that's not the same. That's hardly what you said, Connie.
That means you're gay.
No, that can't be. That can't be. Okay, that was great, Kami. Thank you. It's interesting. Here. Here? Ah, nice. I was curious if you're... I mean, if you're curious about having sex with a guy, as a guy, you're kind of gay? Even having the thought is gay, Seer? Really? Like, I'm genuinely... Like, if someone said, like, oh, I was... If, like, a 40-year-old... I don't know, he was drunk and he was a friend, you were talking to him. He's like, yeah, you know, when I was in college, I once had, like, a gay experience because I just wanted to see. And you'd be like, oh, that makes you gay? Like, your wife and kids are just, they're figments of your imagination, really? What? I don't know, ask your dad or something? Fuck you, okay? Ooh, it's all a discount, buddy. You don't have to do it at all. I appreciate so much that you want to. It's all a discount. You don't have to at all, dude. Go buy something for yourself. Don't even sweat out. What I will do though is for you, since you want to start RI so much, I will do my absolute best, okay? I will put on the fucking jets. I will try to do like 12, 13, on a day that I was going to do like 8, I'll try to do like 12. On a day I was going to do like 10, I'll try to do like 15 chapters so we can get it done as soon as possible. Rook d4 is checkmate. How the fuck would Rook d4, he would just take, what are you talking about? Are you dumb? That's checkmate. Idiot. Seriously. I know. Okay, so I didn't know that you wanted to start RI so badly. I'll genuinely... You know what? Fuck it. Let's go. Let's start. Oh, let's start reading. Fuck it. Shut up, Harsh. You didn't do anything, okay? Shut up. And this guy. He didn't do anything. I got it. This guy. Do you know? Oh, yeah, sorry. Chat, what? No, what? What? No. Harsh does not get the credit for that. I might want to reread the shop chapter since it seemed very... How dare you? How dare you, Kami? Ask me a question. Ask me a question. How dare you? 4 drinks makes you drunk all of a sudden? Fucking lightweight over here. Did I not have food for like 8 hours before? It was a lady in a black dress. What's up? Next question. Ask me what items we saw in the shop. I'll answer that too. What do you got? They didn't give her a name. What are you talking about? It was just a lady in a white dress who kept looking at her phone. She didn't have a name. Goes into my arms. If you can't guess who it is, then you are drunk. Okay, so it's a character I'm supposed to know? I just thought it was like a generic lady. Why the fuck would I know is it? Okay, hold on. Lady in a... Shit. A lady in a black dress. A lady in a black dress. She seems helpful to climb. She... Have you ever done a sober stream? I don't know, does that answer your question, mate? Dr. Z, look away, okay? Oh, she's sending messages outside! Oh! Lady black dress. Evernight. It's Evernight. Okay, got it. Where? Ooth. Dude, thank you. Dude, you didn't have to. Seriously, thank you so much. Holy shit. Seriously, dude, you could have just... Get yourself something. Dude, you didn't have to. No, not at all, dude. Seriously, thank you so much, Ruth. I know, Andy even thought of using the coffee. Love that, dude. Dude, you're so sweet. Honestly, thank you so much. You didn't have... Seriously, I genuinely mean it. Like, you didn't have to at all. Thank you. Am I right? Is it Evernight? I have a dark secret I must share. Oh god, he's dying. Oh god, he's gonna kill me. I don't know, one of those two. It's bad either way. It's Evernight, let's go! Alright, what do you got? Alright, then let's start reading. If you tell me you're not gonna be here for any more Koi streams, I'm finishing Koi right now, we're reading Reverend Insanity. I'll never read it again, damn it. You know the Stiano guy? I do not know the Stiano guy. I'll bet you money I don't know that motherfucker's name. I'll bet you money I don't know that guy. one of the few people that saw the blasphemy slate in the fourth epoch. Stiano. I'm trying to see if my notes have anything. Cristiano Ronaldo, you only know the name? I can't make it a co-stream, just that's it. You're gonna have, so I can't even enjoy stream Outer Wilds so much. So I can actually come to streams again? Oh, Ooth, buddy, you could have just told me that. Dude. You could have just told me that before. Is that gonna change by the time I start reading Reverend Insanity, or...? Yeah, that's not a dark secret at all. Stuff happens, you get busy, man. Whatever. It's no sweat at all. Listen, me having each and every single one of you... Okay, listen, I know at the start of KOI I was like super depressed because of like viewership and stuff. I've just had some time to like reacclimate to it. Like it doesn't bother me, right? You gotta understand, having each and every single one of you here is a privilege, okay? It's not a right I have. Having each and every single one of you, I'm so thankful for, okay? It's totally okay. Shit, life comes up, man. Sometimes you can't make it, sometimes stuff happens, whatever. It's fine. Could you just give me a heads up? Fuck it. It's all good. Who the fuck was there? The second blasphemy slay. Who the fuck is Stiano? I don't know this name, bro. I swear. I swear I don't know this name. It's not even in my fucking notes. Wait, am I stupid? Oh shit, never mind, it is in my notes. I'm fucking dumb. Hold on. Okay, not. Hold on. My notes. Hold on. Yeah, Kami, sorry, I just saw it. I'm sorry. I'm very curious on how Mr. Door knows what's on the second blasphemy slate, as well as the various rituals needed to become a god. His answer was that he had seen the complete second blasphemy slate, and with him were Solomon, Zaratul, Tudor, Truonst, Augustus, Einhorn, Sauron, Castilla, Zoroast, and Stiano, and Constantine and company, families who are reigned over the Beyonders in the fourth epoch. Bug, how's it going, man? But I don't know who the fuck Stiano is. Everyone else, okay, Solomon, I get, Zaratul, of course, Tudor, Truonst, Augustus, Einhorn, Sauron, Castilla, Zoroast. Who the fuck is Constantine? Is it Constantine from the DC? Bro, that motherfucker's everywhere. What? According to Anthony, he's related to Church of Steam. Dr. Z, you might be a little behind. Admiral Hell Constantine? No. Oh shit, sorry, yeah, Kami, thank you. It's like ballerinas under the moonlight all night long. God, dude, Bug, honestly, you're kind of a bitch sometimes, genuinely, but honestly, the fucking Persona 3 and well, Hell Ludwell, yeah. Oh, Hell Ludwell, that's what I was. But honestly, the Persona 3 music was so fucking based. Thank you. Unable to drive, Jenna and Anthony chose to take public transport with the child to the dream tutoring classes. They made a comprehensive travel plan and prepared spare change for unexpected situations, rather than relying solely on mobile payments. As they left, Lumin helped Franca back to their master bedroom and glanced at the large ice block and 4 basins and chuckled. This isn't much worse than air conditioning. Oh, you're going, Bug? Okay. By the way, seriously, Bug, I'm asking, before you go. Have I, when I start reading RI, will that change your situation somehow? Will you be there for those? I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Uth. I'm sorry. Uth, not Bug. I'm sorry. Shit. I'm sorry. Shit. I'm sorry. I read Bug's message just as this. I read Bug's message. What have I done to deserve this treatment? I just got confused. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Will you be able to pop by for those? After they left, Lumin helped Franca back to their master bedroom and glanced at the large ice blocks. Well, yeah, some stuff happened in my life that made it hard for me to enjoy koi specifically? Oh, okay. I see. Okay, I'm sorry, dude. Okay, yeah, no problem. Well, okay. Then I'll try to do an Outer Wild stream at night today if I can. Because I won't be able to stream tomorrow. I'll try to get a night stream tomorrow if I can. I don't know if I wouldn't bet that I can, but I'll try my best because I have to go really early in the morning, and then I have a fucking wedding event that I have to go to. Not my wedding, before anyone makes that fucking joke. You're not that fucking clever, you're not that special, okay? But yeah. Explained all the info on Stiano from book 1, read it. Constantine is an admiral among the pirates. Remember the demigod from the Church of Knowledge whom Klein sold weapons to? He had a spell gold armor. He said it's named Stiano Gold Armor, and it's enhanced by Roselle himself. And Stiano is a founding member of the Moses Ascetic Order who vanished later. Stiano, a founding member of the Moses Ascetic Order? No, ooh, seriously, you don't need to be sorry at all, dude. Go. Listen, like 250 chapters, dude. I'll be done in like a month tops, month and a half. I just for you, I promise I will try to get this done as soon as I can, okay? Bye, Pookie. I promise. And then I'll try to do an Outer Wild stream tonight too. The only issue was needing to refreeze water periodically, which consumed some spirituality, but for demonesses, creating frost was an ability that used very little spirituality. Mother of Learning is in the Cacture? No, I'll read Mother of Learning on my own time. I'll read it on my own time, and then I'll just do like videos or shorts to talk about how I'm feeling, where I'm finding stuff, and that sort of thing. Plus, it effectively solved the problem of limited refrigerator space. Yes, air conditioning is so expensive, Franca said. I never imagined being a demoness would be so practical. How are you feeling now? Lumin asked. Much better. This morning I was so weak I could only walk slowly. Since becoming a Beyonder, this is the first time I've gotten so seriously ill. As expected, of the negative effects of a demigod level item. But I heard from Jenna that she had to feed you breakfast, and when you needed to go to the washroom, you called her to help you. Where was the slow walking? Can't I enjoy being looked after? Franca said. Maybe you can read the final chapter of each volume or special chapters live? Yeah, no, that's no problem, Doctors. If you guys have like, hey, listen, like, you know, chapters 18 through 25 or fucking 70 through 82 or whatever. Like you can let me know and I can read those live. That's no problem. Yeah, I'm not a tyrant. Just let me know. Lumin pressed his hand to his own forehead, then felt Franca. Your temperature has indeed come down, but you can continue to enjoy being cared for until you've recovered. Does that mean I can boss you around? Franca said, recalling her university days when every day a lucky roommate would be ordered to get food for the whole dorm. And she was the luckiest one. Seeing Franca's eager expressions, Lumin smiled and took out a yellow peach from his bag. Didn't you say yesterday that you missed the taste of yellow peaches? I happened to pass by a fruit wholesale market on the way back and bought a bag. You mention it so casually, Franca said. Lumin formed a small fruit knife from frost and peeled the yellow peach clean over the bedside trash can, then cut off a piece, skewered it, and held it to Franca's lips. Looking at the juicy, tempting flesh, the crystal fruit knife, and Lumen's smile, Franca felt the atmosphere different from when Jenna cared for her this morning. The morning felt like a sick father watching a gentle mother, and now it felt like a sick wife. You're not eating? If you don't eat it, I will, Lumen said. Franca snorted and opened her mouth to bite. It's the taste from my memories, she said rather nostalgically. As she ate the peach, she brought up her previous topic. Who do you think what do you think is hidden in B1 of the hospital? My contact with Nabor Disley and other devils left a deep impression on me. The entrance to the abyss is not in some place in the real world, but also in everyone's heart. We can all fall into the abyss and become devils, not on the devil pathway. So I suspect that the mother... By the way, let me know if you guys can hear the AC because I moved it down a little bit to face me. If it's hitting the mic, let me know, okay? So I suspect that the Mother Tree of Desire, standing at the top of the Devil, Wraith, and Baby Cupid pathways, is using her control over the abyss to turn Mr. Fool's psychological dark side into Mushu Hospital. Then, the Great Mother and the deity worshipped by order of all extinction use the psychological dark side to infiltrate the bit of their power, gradually eroding the dream. The influence of the abyss is from top to bottom, and from the depths of the heart to the sea, to the surface, reflected in the specific symbol of the Mushu Hospital, meaning remodeling from the underground floors to the ground level. Fuck, never mind, I gotta move this back. I can't even feel my arm anymore. Jesus. You mean the underground floor of the Mushu Hospital has become a small-scale abyss? A more complex, terrifying abyss? Franca said. Lumen nodded, cutting another piece of peach and giving it to Franca. Currently, we can use the power of the Mother Tree of Desire, the Great Mother, and that deity of the order of all extinctions. The others are unknown for now. These evil gods should only be able to influence part of the dream. It seems they intend to help the Celestial Worthy. That's how it is now, but it may not be the case later, Lumion said. Madam Magician told me privately that these evil gods don't actually like the Celestial Worthy. If given a choice, their instinctive desire to use the Celestial Worthy to pass through the barrier, but not let the Celestial Worthy truly awaken. Perhaps in this battle, if Mr. Fool is strong, they will help the Celestial Worthy. If he gains an advantage, they may begin sabotaging him. Moreover, they themselves are chaotic and insane and do many things that make no sense. The marionettist who should have appeared last night didn't truly show up, perhaps for this reason. In short, what the evil gods would want most is for both Mr. Fool and the Celestial Worthy to continue sleeping. Franca cast her gaze at the window filled with brilliant sunlight and said, if my dream was like this, if the people I care about were here, I may also indulge in it, not choosing to wake up. Dude, that's so funny. In fairness, I totally get what the outer great old ones are doing. I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be like, listen, I need your help insofar as getting into this fucking world, but you're way too fucking strong. If you ever decide to fight me, I'm gonna get my shit kicked in. I'm not trying to have you wake up for real. Imagine being a great old one and still having to be worried about like 3 different people who could beat your ass just if they felt like it, because they're special great old ones. At dream tutoring classes, in front of the reception desk, Jenna held Ludwig's hand and handed the flyer given by the Oracle to the dark-skinned male receptionist. I'd like to know more about your course. The male receptionist's eyes lit up. Ma'am, what does your child wish to learn? The only dark-skinned person we know of in the entire fucking series is Azek. Is this true? Is it just Azek? Could you first introduce all the courses, Jenna said. The receptionist was stunned for a moment, then said, before, I would like to introduce first, then asked the customer what they wanted to learn, but I was criticized by several customers. They told me to ask of their needs first. How is this wrong again? Without needing Anthony's observation results, Jenna began to feel this receptionist wasn't very bright. No, that can't be. Mr. Isaac is sharp as a tack. How dare you? Our child only has time on the weekends, Jenna said. Please introduce the weekend courses. According to the information, Mr. Fool had enrolled in this tutoring center's weekend English course. The male receptionist breathed a sigh of relief, took out some materials, and began detailing the weekend courses. After listening for a while, Jenna found that only the beginner English class had a similar schedule to the business English class. She turned her head to look at Ludwig's pained expression and said, it's 6,666 after the discount? Even at just that price, it was a very large expense for Jenna and the others. Well, our principal has the authority to give further discounts. I'll get her, the receptionist said as they hurried down the hall. She was a beautiful woman with dyed brown hair, an oval face and clear blue eyes like spring water, wearing an elegant woman's blouse paired with dark pleated knee-length skirt. This bum bitch is here again. Ugh. Someone get her out of here. She's too cheap. She's never gonna give a fucking discount. Principal I is exceptionally learned and talented. Not only is she good at English, but also French. She can also paint, appraise antiques, and play various musical instruments, the receptionist introduced. Jenna could then see Principal I was a bit embarrassed and uncomfortable. At the same time, she noticed Ludwig's expression change. You want to take the beginner English class? The principal interrupted. Yes, Jenna said. Starting at this age, he has already missed the best phase for language acquisition, but as long as you're willing to learn, any time is good, I suppose. 5,000 is the lowest we can do. We can't delay the child's education. This should have been a sales pitch to get people to enroll, but Jenna had already heard sincerity in it, feeling that she truly cared about the child's education. She's a great teacher. I wouldn't trust her to teach me fucking first grade math, okay? She'd just hand me some fucking questions and be like, "Alright, you got this, right?" And then leave, and then I'd find her in the hallway drinking whiskey out of her fucking coffee mug. Okay? I know what kind of person she is. Pushkar! Hello! How's it going, buddy? As expected of an Archbishop of the Church of Knowledge, former treasure hunter and pirate admiral, Jenna recalled the contents of the file. Alright, we'll enroll in the class at this time slot. Who would take... So you're asking who would I take as a teacher, Seer? If it's an option, I'll take Mr. Azek, but I don't know about that one for sure. What a silly question, Pushkar. No. Alright, we'll enroll in the class at this time. Seeing that the one Jenna was pointed at, the principal couldn't help but frown. Anderson's class. It's Edwina, not Forrest. I figured that, yeah. But she's still a bum bitch. It's fine. No, this is not true. I honestly thought I was Forrest. I'm sorry. Aaron. No, I like Edwina. I'm sorry. Anderson was very suitable. I tried to stick to my guns, but I actually genuinely like her. Anderson is very suitable for teaching young children, but he tends to let them develop bad study habits. If he weren't short-staffed, I wouldn't let him teach the beginner class. Brown hair, wearing a skirt, light blue eyes. He had blonde hair and blue eyes, wearing a white shirt and black vest, with a hand in his pocket. He smiled at Principal I and said, "Edwina, did you just mention my name?" In this dream, Edwina was the principal's English name. The principal composed herself and pointed at Ludwig. "This little friend wishes to enroll in your class." "Is that so?" Anderson said. "Do you like learning English?" he asked the boy. "No," the boy shook his head. "Then do you like learning French?" Anderson asked. "No." "How about Mauritian Creole?" "No." "Do you like to paint?" "No." "So what do you like?" "I like eating." Anderson smiled and stood up. "How about this? Study cooking with me, and at least you can be a chef in the future." "You know how to cook?" the receptionist asked. "I'm quite good at roasting rabbit." Danitz originally wanted me to teach him, but at this point the Anderson sighed. He's the Oracle's roommate, the first to discover the Oracle's disappearance. Jenna's spirits lifted. Jenna, holding Ludwig's hand, deliberately fixed her gaze on Anderson's face. "I heard that Mr. Da, who gave us the flyer, has gone missing. Is there any news?" Jenna asked. "He was killed," Edwina said. "Oh my goodness! Did something really happen to him?" Jenna had already rehearsed how she should act if inquiring about such things. Before leaving home, she had deliberately applied makeup to make herself less attractive, to avoid becoming the focus of passerbys. The receptionist nodded. "We went to the police station to identify the body. Though he liked to show off and was a bit impulsive and loved attention, he truly was a kind person." "Why would someone kill him?" "Robbery?" Jenna offered a guess. "All his valuables were with him," and Edwina said. "Let's wait for the police investigation results. Hopefully the murderer will be brought to justice. Are you liking the volume now? Any predictions?" Klein comes back. Klein comes back, says, "Phew, that was helpful. Thank you, Lumion. You're of immense help. For your great contributions, I shall give you the sequence 3 and characteristic." Lumion's laughing. "Wow, that's amazing, Mr. Fool." He gets up, he goes, "Yeah. And if you do one task for me," I don't know, he's going to ask him, "I will give you, when you are ready in time, the sequence 2 characteristic." Holy shit, we're talking angel level now? We're cooking. We're cooking so hard. Who has talent as a writer? I do. I have talent in most things. I have talent in how gracious and kind I am also. You know, no arrogance at all. It's crazy. Do you remember anything from the side story? No, I genuinely don't remember this fucking side story at all, Aaron. I'm not gonna lie to you. The night before last, before he went out, Anderson said he told me he'd ask you how to pursue girls when he got back. I waited for him till dawn, sent him messages, but he never replied. Called him, but he never answered. I thought at the time he shouldn't have had a romantic encounter unless he paid for it. He was quite stingy after all. You felt something was wrong, so you called the police? Jenna asked. The provided information by the major arcana holders mentioned that the principal of the dream tutoring class, Nana, corresponded to the Vice Admiral Edwina Iceberg from a few years ago, and the foreign teacher Anderson responded to Anderson Hood, the strongest hunter of the Fog Sea. But now the title was disputed. Louis Berry. Dude, okay, listen. Is Lumion as strong as Anderson? Yeah, probably. But he did this without having 3 fucking sequences, bro. Yes, reporting to the police must be timely, Anderson said. If he really encountered problems, the police might have been able to save him in time. If he was indeed just fooling around with paid women, they would have caught him in bed. Who knows? Are you really concerned about the Oracle, or do you simply have a grudge? Jenna couldn't help but ask. Moreover, it's not appropriate to joke about such things. Jenna asked a few more questions indirectly, roughly confirming that Anderson had reported the police less than an hour after the Oracle's death, and the police had taken it rather seriously, not dismissing it as usual. This is close to what we speculated. Mr. Fool's subconscious probably considered this matter important, or in his subconscious, the Oracle was quite important, and so the police acted unusually and started the investigation right away. She knew in such scenarios, one should avoid touching on or asking about other sorrowful matters. After leaving the classes on the way to the bus stop, Jenna looked at Anthony, who hadn't said much, and said, Did you observe any unusual details? The key figures at the tutoring classes basically match the description in the files, and their attitude towards the Oracle's death are normal. But I felt some of Anderson's words just now were a bit over the top, hiding some subtext. I heard you mention my name, a voice came from behind. Jenna and Anthony turned around to find Anderson Hood had also somehow left the class and was only a couple meters behind them. We were discussing how you don't seem to be very sad about Mr. D's death, or Mr. Dawes' death, and even seem to be mocking him. Because I feel that the people around me have been acting a bit strange lately, Anderson smiled. Strange? Don't you have a strange feeling at this point? Anderson lowered his voice. Before they all performed very well, but recently the flaws have increased significantly. Has Anderson perceived the essence of this dream? But he's just an image. The major arcana holder said that the real Anderson doesn't have any special connections or items, so he can't enter this dream. He now seems like a character in a book who discovered that he's just a character in a story. Seeing Jenna stunned. You missed a paragraph, big dog? Where? The people around seem to be acting out different scripts to cooperate with you, but occasionally they overdo it, or are not meticulous enough, making you notice something is off, making you feel terrified, like it's not real enough. Anderson laughed. You believe that? Looks like the story I made up isn't so bad, and my acting isn't bad either. After saying this, Anderson waved his hand and walked to a nearby convenience store. Behind him, a group of students who had finished their classes began pouring out. Jenna and Anthony exchanged glances, neither angered by the prank, but rather feeling that he had something unsaid. This person, who should only be a dream image, seemed a bit special. Klein holds Anderson in quite high regards, I suppose. Looking at the students leaving, Jenna withdrew her gaze and continued walking to the bus stop. You seemed a bit scared when you saw the principal, Ludwig. Jenna asked Ludwig. She was one of my teachers, Ludwig mumbled. A teacher from the Church of Knowledge. No wonder, Jenna understood. In the rental apartment, after listening to Jenna and Anthony's accounts, Lumen considered for a moment and said, currently, we're in the observation stage of key figures. Don't further contact Anderson for now. After we finish the observation phase, we'll find an opportunity when there are no other teachers or students around to probe him. You suspect that Mr. Fool enrolling in the dream classes caused problems for one of the teachers and students there, and the Oracle's death is a continuation of these problems rather than the beginning. And Anderson became suspicious because of some small inconsistencies? The possibility is quite high, Lumen said. I'm going to cook now. He walked to the kitchen, and Jenna followed behind. Lumen had already steamed a pot of rice in the rice cooker and now had put the rice into several large bowls and added spicy sauces. After Ludwig finishes these, he'll be about 70-80% full and can eat normal dinner with us. Jenna helped carry 2 bowls of rice, nodding. Yes, the food for Ludwig should be divided into 2 types, one to fill his stomach and one for taste. You seem quite concerned about him, Jenna said. I feel a bit guilty, I suppose. When we have money, we should buy another rice cooker, Lumen muttered as he took out vegetables and meat. Proceeds to burn the kitchen. Honey! I have good news and bad news. Good news! We're going out for dinner. Bad news! I burned down the kitchen. Jenna took them over, washing the dishes and washing the vegetables under the tap, and used her demoness powers to control the frost to defrost the meat. She watched one item and passed it to Lumion, who used knives formed from frost to chop and slice. Dude, he's just using frost knives? The two chatted casually, occasionally falling silent to listen to how Franca was teaching Ludwig to watch cartoons in the living room. Jenna glanced over at the sky and said, we probably won't go out tonight. What's the plan for tomorrow? Good news, you get to build your own kitchen. Bad news, I lost all our savings gambling. During the observation phase, they had to be extremely careful, since the magic mirror Eridas had hinted that there were problems at night. You shouldn't go out. While quickly slicing with his knife, Lumion looked down at the increasing pile of shredded meat and said without hesitation, in the morning, we'll go to the Star Dream Provision Store to get a reply from the Major Arcana holders and observe the police station nearby. In the afternoon, we'll observe one of the more important figures, Mr. Fool's friend, Peng Deng. Peng Deng was a special person in the dream, a good friend of Mr. Fool, that is, Zhou Mingrui, but there was no corresponding person for him in reality. Do we know who Peng Deng is? I don't remember anything from the side story, bro. I barely remember the main fucking story, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Nope. Good news, you get to choose which occupation you wish to take up. Bad news, I sold your social insurance number to pay off some of my gambling debts. We can keep doing this forever, Chris. For every solution you have, gambling has a problem. Following that logic, that characters closer to Mr. Fool should be important, Peng Deng should have a high status and position in the real world. Moreover, the Major Arcana holders and other coin holders have never found out who he represented or symbolized. Lumi nodded and said, based on my experience, a character in such a position must have a strong symbolic meaning. We simply haven't found the approach or method to intercept it yet. One reason is why Mr. Star became a key focus and was kicked out by the Celestial Worthy. Maybe a strong connection to the Mr. Fool's Angel of Time, a decryption expert. If he truly came into contact with Peng Deng, he may be able to find something. Good news, it wasn't being used anyway. Right, Jenna finished washing all the vegetables, shook her hands, and let the water droplets turn into frost and floated down. In the morning, at the entrance of the Star Dream Provision Store, Franca, feeling a bit fearful, yet somewhat expectant, followed Lumen inside. The magic mirror Eridas had left some psychological trauma on her, but she was quite curious about the brass book, which was more expensive than the mirror, and the true identity of the shop owner. Ow, I'm slipping, hold on. Okay, let's try to get to 935 if we can. I feel like that's a good place. I'm so happy I don't gamble anymore. It is a guaranteed way for destruction. Easiest server coin. Dr. Z, I will say, I went to, I think I told you guys, right? I went to Montreal a couple, like 2 months ago or whatever, 2 months ago. So I took what do you call it? I took when we went to Montreal, there's like a casino there, and when we went to the visitor center, they said like, hey, here's a $15 coupon. If you go to the casino, it's just a free $15 for you to gamble with. No nothing. All right. I'm like, okay, cool. I took the $15. I ran their $15, zero of my own money, up to $300. So, is gambling great, and should everyone do it with every penny they have because you'll multiply your income fivefold? Maybe. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying be open to life, okay? Be open to life. That's all I'm saying. Some motherfucker's gonna lose every dollar he owns and be like, it's my fault. At first glance, Franca noticed that the Star Dream Provision Store really did resemble an antique shop from the northern continent, which was with very obvious mystical elements added. And then you lost it all? Okay, Bug, I lost 200 of it. I left with 100. I left with $100. I was like, okay, listen, I walked in here with zero. Well, I gave them zero of my dollars and I walked out with 100 of theirs. I'm laughing, okay? I did great. We went in there, like the four of us, we spent like 4 hours laughing, walked out, got paid $100 for it, laughing. Yeah, of course, but not. That's like saying if insurance wasn't valuable, there'd be no insurance companies. Don't buy insurance on your car. That's a silly argument, right? The only thing that didn't fit his style were the shelves themselves and the mobile phone the shopkeeper was fiddling with. Good afternoon, ma'am. We're here to pick up a reply, Lumion said. The shopkeeper, dressed in a black dress, fiddling with her phone, pulled out a letter and placed it. Thank you, Lumion said. Frankie then pointed at the brass book. Ma'am, may I flip through the book? Go ahead, the woman replied without even looking up. That is not equivalent. Shut up. The birds? You mean CIA-controlled robots, Seer? Franco walked briskly to the shelf on the right and picked up the book. The cover was cold and hard to the touch, clearly made of metal. Franco flipped to it, finding the insides of the page were still, inside pages were still paper, but blank. Nothing special, Franco muttered. No sooner had the thought crossed her mind than she suddenly saw lines of text appear on the blank pages. But these words vanished in an instant, too fast for even a demoness to capture. Am I seeing things? Franca waited patiently for another 30 seconds and saw new text appear, but she still couldn't make out a single word. In this situation, even the dream divination method could be used afterwards to recall the image. There definitely is something strange, she thought as she returned the book back. At the same time, out of the corner of her eye, she glimpsed a dark, greenish-black figure flash behind the shelf. A snake that had grown white feathers and small wings. Ma'am, there's a snake in your shop. No need to be afraid, the shopkeeper said. That's my pet. I see. Her pet representing the uniqueness of the death pathway, right? Because that's like the thing. We confirmed was lost his life in the casino. Now has to use. What is this music? It'd be cooking, right? I see, Franca said. Along with Jenna and Anthony, who were browsing around the store, she followed Lumion out to the back and the gray sedan parked nearby, using frost to forcibly lower the temperature in the car caused by the sun. The snake I saw just now looked like a feathered serpent from the death pathway. The shopkeeper couldn't be keeping a mythical creature as a pet, could she? That'd be an angel-level pet. It's not impossible. Besides those with special items and connections, those that can enter the dream are at least true gods. Was that a true god? She even answered my question. Franca was still in a moment of shock, as she saw a person carrying many bags walk up to the driver's side window and knock. Can I help you? Franca rolled down the window. Want to buy something? The latest model of bugs and pinhole cameras. Bro, that's illegal, Franca said. The man continued his sales pitch, but Franca put on a stern face and refused. You figured out who the shopkeeper was? Yeah, Evernight. I got him. You want the answer, or are you thinking out loud? No, I'm just thinking out loud. Yeah, no, I'm good. After closing the window, Franca started the car while Lumen began examining the reply from the Major Arcana holders. Franca paused and said, "Don't rush. Let's first make sure there are no bugs or pinhole cameras installed in the car." With everyone suppressed to Sequence 7, relying on a demoness's spirituality and divination could certainly effectively prevent mystical eavesdropping and peeping, but they could have overlooked the scientific aspect. Lumen and Jenna could understand what bugs and pinholes were used for. One relied on a hunter's observation to search for unusual traces, while the other used a mere divination to check. "There aren't any," Jenna said. "That's good," Franca breathed decisively. "From now on, we must be on guard against such methods. It is fortunate that the dude selling contraband reminded me, or he may have been caught off guard." Dog, you skipped like 3 paragraphs? You're lying. I literally didn't skip anything. You're genuinely lying. I read everything on my page. You're actually lying. I did read that, Kami. What are you saying? Guys, did I not say that there was a guy who walked up to the car, offered it? I did read this, right? I'm not losing my mind. Someone please. Okay, thank you, Chris. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Just no, don't be sorry, Kami. Be better. I'm sorry. I'm just fucking with you, dude. She saw the man who had been selling bugs and pinhole cameras turn a corner and disappear. Could he be an ally warning us? Franca thought. Probably, Lumen pondered. Who could it be? Franca paused. Soon, she parked her car in a roadside spot diagonally across from a police station. Lumen created a medium-sized screen out of frost and displayed the reply from the Major Arcana holders. After confirmation, the Demoness of Despair characteristic, related materials, and special mirror world fragments you obtained are all real. Do not get excited. This does not mean every Beyonder in the city can produce characteristics. It must be someone special like you whose consciousness directly entered. No, Dr. Z, he was just talking with Choman in DC. It's in Discord. He was just distracted. No. You're genuinely having you're having the nursing student syndrome, Dr. Z. It's all good. In other words, if you die in the Dream City affected by fooling, your bodies in the real world would also die, producing characteristics. This feedback to the Dream City will then graft the characteristic onto the recipient, achieving the effect of turning fantasy to reality and reality to fantasy. You should already understand my meaning. The corpse is roughly equivalent to real consciousness. As for her name and background, ask Ludwig. I'll briefly explain that she was once equivalent to the Celestial Worthy's marionette. So she is still now. Don't ask why, don't ask about high-level matters of the Sierra Marauder pathway. In any case, through this connection, through the identity of Mr. Fool, woven in the dream for her, she entered this dream and was given a new life by the Great Mother, gaining humanity and consciousness, unlike that of a marionette. Yeah, I know, but you know what, do you know what a nursing student syndrome is? Something to that effect exists across the world, I'm sure pharma students have something similar too. Back to the issue of characteristics. If you use it to concoct a potion and perform rituals to advance to demigod in the Dream City, your bodies in the real world will become demigods. Remember, under the influence of abilities like fooling, false dreams may become true reality. Moreover, the Dream City is currently restricted to Sequence 7, so the mental effects of potions and the minimum requirements for rituals are also suppressed. For example, a plague that originally needed to infect 30,000 and bring them all pain may now only need 300, taking a risk in the B1 Mushu Hospital may be enough to complete the ritual. Doesn't this make you think that that works? But I must tell you, a price has already been exacted for what fate bestowed. Advancing to a demoness of despair through this method carries high hidden dangers. Subsequently, extreme difficulties will need to be overcome to truly count as a sequence 4 demigod. I can guess. Fair enough. Bye, Bug. I'm sorry I shit on you earlier. I hope you know it was all in good fun, right? By the way, let me know if you'd be up for peak today. You, me, Bug, or you, me, Burnt, maybe Kami? I don't know. We'll find a fourth. Think about it. In this dream city, all various problems brought about by consuming a demigod potion are restricted to Sequence 7, so they can be endured quite easily, and Sequence 7 rituals and can be used to assist advancements. But upon leaving the dream and returning to reality, those problems suppressed will break free and instantly return to demigod level. We have not played Mecha Chameleon. I would love to play it, but I would love to play it. Yeah, I'd have fun. At that time, the corresponding person will likely lose control. Of course, this isn't unsolvable, just very difficult. The only method we can think of at the moment is to fully digest the potion before leaving the dream. Before the dream is no longer maintained, this digestion will be grafted to reality, allowing the vast majority of the hidden dangers to be suppressed. When the person returns, they'll be a demigod in good condition. The difficulty with this lies in the fact that how long the dream can be maintained and when you will be locked onto by the celestial worthy and kicking you out is not something you can decide. It is full of unknown risks and easy to obtain a good opportunity. And it is difficult to obtain a good opportunity and enough time to digest the potion. I'm absolute trash at drawing, so I don't know if I'd want to join. Yeah, I'm great at drawing. It's a fucking joke, dude. I'm bad at drawing too. Everyone is. Reading to this point, everyone looked at each other speechless. This is allowed? They had thought that using a false angel qualification and sealed angels to act out roles in digestion was the limit of exploiting loopholes. Who knew that after reading these words of fooling and grafting, they felt their brains had been fooled? You can advance in the dream. The potion can be fooled, the ritual can be fooled, minds can be fooled, even fantasy can be fooled. Of course, it's quite possible that we only ourselves are the fool, believing we truly completed the advancement to becoming demigods in reality, when we just had a mental disorder. Everyone's been fooled. Franca couldn't help but feel a little crazy in her mind. Is this the terrifying aspect of great existences? Jenna asked. Many things we consider unbreakable and unchangeable may just be playthings for them. We can make them go around if they want, or flatten us. Franca mumbled. Through this letter, they truly concretely felt what it meant to be a great existence. Continuing to read the letter. After reading the previous part, haven't you had this thought? In the future, after Mr. Fool's wake up, couldn't we ask him to use similar dreams to help lower the difficulty of our rituals and advancements, allowing us to become demigods and enough time to digest potions? First, we must be clear that Mr. Fool alone would find it difficult to do this, because in such a dream that allows fooling to blur reality and fantasy, comes from other domains. Secondly, not every demigod will eventually be able to digest their own potion. They will live their entire lives in a dream, and if the dream cogitation is not restored to a sequence 4 level, their lifespan will also be suppressed to the corresponding mid and low sequence. But if the dream cognition is restored to a sequence 4, those problems hidden by fooling will re-erupt. Third, is it really appropriate to cause Mr. Fool to sleep for several years, or over 10 years, or even centuries to help one beyonder? Finally, the acting of many potions will not tend towards evil. Who the fuck had this thought? I didn't have this thought. If he really wanted to create a large-scale plague in Mr. Fool's dream, not to mention how easily the Celestial Worthy would notice, Mr. Fool would be the first to kick you out. Why do I feel like Madam Magician is playing a hint at me? I hadn't really even thought of this. This dream is just like reality, not at all a game. Why would I have such thoughts? I don't know who was thinking of this. I certainly wasn't. That'd be so stupid. A great old one will take time out of their day to make you grow in sequence? Fucking why? Who the fuck are you, guy? After discussing matters related to the reanimated corpse, Madam Magician affirmed Lumen and the others' current strategy. She said one major reason why the previous gold coin holders failed to find a way to awaken Mr. Fool was that they were too eager to contact him. Only Adam has time for this BS? No, Adam wouldn't help anyone else to get to digest their potion. Adam might kill you to slightly more efficiently digest his potion, but he wouldn't fucking help anyone else. He'd be like, I would help you if you were a Mon, but you're not. Get fucked, idiot. Like, I don't know what to do with that, bro. Thank you. He helped Klein, though. He literally didn't. He said, if Amon wasn't the other option, I would have helped you. Well, thanks, guy. That's so fucking useful. Oh, wait. I'm lying. Oh, the sequence 4 ritual. Oh, I guess. Yeah, I'll let you have that one, I suppose. The easy LARP syndrome? Broke. Seriously? You saw my chat with Easy and Dara, right? Not? I finished this fucking book before any of those fucks, and I had to guide them the whole fucking conversation because none of those chuckle fucks remember. They didn't remember the fool's honorific name, bro. There's no shot you're calling me the LARPer at this point. Stop it. I have proven my worth. I am owed some goddamn respect. I'll say it. After discussing mine's a low bar comparing to those two. Fuck you. Okay? Well, we're the three that you've got, motherfucker. After discussing matters related to the corpse, Madam Magician affirmed Lumen and the others' current strategy, saying, hold on. At the end of the letter, Madam Magician told Lumen and the others that some of the gold coin holders could still enter the Dream City, but they could not communicate with Mr. Poole or intervene in any events. But they could act as human cameras to collect information as needed. The content displayed on the ice crystal screen ended here. Lumen flicked his wrist and burned the letter, and said to Ludwig, the background of the corpse. More than yeah, it's crazy! Like... Ludwig was staring at a nearby snack shop and reluctantly recounted the information he had obtained from the corpse. Panatia? Why do I know this name? This is in my notes. That's a name I know. That's a name that came up a lot in book 1. What? Was she the demoness, the plague demoness or whatever in volume 2? Panatia. It is? Oh, let's go. It's late. I'll go. No worries. Bye, Dr. Z. Of course, we just would remember the... Okay, you see what I mean? No fucking respect around here, bro. I remember shit. Oh, of course you remember the fucking demoness. I don't remember shit. Oh, fucking LARPer. What am I to do, bro? What am I to do? Nicknamed the Nation of Despair Nightingale, was one of the perpetrators of the Great Smog of Backlund, becoming the marionette of Antigonus, a great noble of the Tudor dynasty, in a secret town on the way to the nation of Evernight. At that time, Antigonus was in a state of madness, mentally closer to the Celestial Worthy. From the top level of the Marauder pathway, the Despair Nightingale is indeed equivalent to the Celestial Worthy marionette. His gaze turned to the outside of the car window, watching people coming and going to the entrance of the police station. Fooling, grafting, dreams, reality. I don't really understand them, so I can only trust Madam Magician's explanation for now. What puzzles me is why the Celestial Worthy had to bring the Despair Nightingale into the Dream City rather than using her virtual image. Couldn't it just be to give us beyond her characteristics and special mirror fragments, could it? Indeed, Frank agreed. Since Panatia was the celestial worthy's marionette, her corresponding image could also easily become the celestial worthy's marionette again. In subsequent tasks, the role she played did not require her to be real. An illusory demoness belonging to the Dream City could fully do the responsibilities. The celestial worthy chose a more complicated method over a simpler one. Aw, thanks, Seer. These reasons may be crucial. Anthony sat back and said if the description of the information in Madame Susie's reminders are correct, Mr. Fool's dream image is very cautious and careful, so sending a demoness to approach him with reasonable excuses in a gradual manner, cultivating feelings through daily, moderate interactions to dissolve unfamiliarity and weariness may not be the best choice. Because demonesses are too beautiful, it would instinctively make someone who considers themselves ordinary draw a line in their heart, feeling that it is not something they could obtain. Lumion, Jenna, and Franco, all three demonesses, looked at Anthony. Anthony paused before continuing. If I were to arrange it, I would find a way to turn one of Joe's current female colleagues into a marionette. That colleague would preferably be extraordinary, not a beyonder, and not very pretty, but still have her own charm. After she becomes familiar with Joe, arrange for her to drink the assassin potion, gradually and unobstructively enhancing her charm. You fucking spectators, Frank aside. Better at writing scripts than even the celestial worthy. By the way, we need you to go full schizo on trying to understand who in the dream is who in reality and what they do. Alright, bye Pushkar. Thank you for coming, buddy. How was the arc that made me fall asleep? You don't like this arc? Really, Blake? I've been enjoying this. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite arc, but like I'm not disliking it. Wow. Arun, it's almost like one of their higher sequences would be called Author. She'd seriously thought about it and felt that if it were her former self before transmigrating, she definitely wouldn't have been able to resist. Then why did the Celestial Worthy have to bring her his own demoness into the dreamscape and even use that power from the Great Mother to give her new life? Jenna repeated. Don't you think there are too many demonesses appearing here? Lumion thought. What do you mean? Jenna guessed. As a team coming to the dream to awaken Mr. Fool, the number of demonesses amongst us is quite high, exceeding half, and the main opponent abandoned the simple approach, choosing a complicated one, and brought a demoness marionette. The major arcana holders have said that Mr. Fool has authority over fate, and the Celestial Worthy must too. The lucky golden coins ultimately gathered in our hands, bringing us here. Doesn't this symbolize the choice of fate, symbolizing that it will be a demoness who awakens Mr. Fool? Similarly, it will be a demoness who helps the Celestial Worthy win? I had previously felt that the pathways chosen by the coins this time were too monotonous, and the appearance of the corpse deepened my suspicion. Then why must it be a demoness? Why must it be an external demoness with a real conscience? Perhaps figuring this out would reveal how to awaken him. For now, I can only think of two reasons. Notepad for theory for each who the dream person represents. So the way that you guys are talking feels like we're gonna start to meet a lot of people in the dream now. If that's the case, I will do my best, okay? First, a real demoness symbolizes calamity. A real calamity that will bring change to this city. When there's change, there's opportunity. Perhaps good, perhaps bad. But this doesn't explain why there aren't hunters. Hunters are also a symbol of calamity. Second, some crucial things. A path leading to Mr. Fool's awakening can only be completed by a demoness of not too low a sequence. Could be both, Franca thought. They observed people entering and leaving the police station until noon. During this process, Lumen and the others saw Officer Deng and his fiancée daily. They leave hand in hand to find a restaurant for lunch. He also saw key figures like Old Neil, who bore the title of Interpol officer. Because I'm reading ahead. Oh, I'm sorry, coming. Okay. Okay, so Deng is this person who's really close to the Celestial Worthy, but doesn't have a person, or is really close to Klein, but doesn't have an equivalent in reality. Can't be Amon, because we've seen Amon in Dream. Who else is close to... Who else is close to Klein? In a weird way, it could be Adam. Someone who's... Because Adam was really close to Klein. He just never... Could also be the Celestial Worthy. Close to Klein. He was with him the whole time, but he doesn't have a person in reality. His best friend is actually trying to backstab him. It'd be so logical. Couldn't he literally just be him? What? You're saying Klein is Peng Dang too? I guess. Their observations largely match the descriptions of their information. Dear Keller, how's it going, man? He didn't see Mr. Starr. Franca withdrew her gaze. He's probably out investigating the case at the mall surveillance room. Franca didn't say more and drove the car to the new urban district, full of high-rise buildings and a modern atmosphere. Their observational target and a key suspect, Peng Dang, worked here. Just as Franca parked the car, LEMMiNO and the others saw the target approaching from a distance, a young man with an unremarkable appearance. But who is Celestial Worthy's girlfriend then? Who's the pillar that's a girl? Is it the Great Mother? Mother Tree of Desire? I don't know, one of them. Oh, Mother Goddess of Depravity? Sure, could be her. Every time Geno thought he would bump into the pedestrians or obstacles, Peng Dang, without raising his head, would skillfully maneuver around them. See? That would kind of fit with the Celestial Worthy, right? Fate? Fooling? Like, oh, everything was gonna work. He was gonna hit something. And then everything just seemed to work out for him. Almost simultaneously, his information flashed through everyone's mind. Peng Dang, 24 years old, same hometown as Zhou Mingrui. Classmate from kindergarten, elementary school, middle school, schoolmate in high school, currently an interior designer. That also tracks, right? Someone who's with him the whole time. Who was with Klein the whole time? Who was it? Who was it? Celestial Worthy. He has a girlfriend named Neizhen, living in the high school or high-tech zone. Planning to move in with Peng Dang after the current lease expires. Currently sharing a rent with a foreign worker named Grisha, who has an eccentric personality, is paranoid, and has crude manners. I don't know who the girlfriend or Grisha could be at the moment. No, I know too little of them. Too little about them. I don't have anyone in my notes named Grisha, right? That's a name from Attack on Titan. Insanity! How's it going, man? LEMMiNO carefully observed Peng Dang, who was wearing a light-colored shirt with sweat seeping through the back. Only after Peng Dang walked into the building did LEMMiNO withdraw his gaze. Notice anything, Anthony? That's normal. If it were that simple, the major arcana holders would have had answers long ago. We're not sure if Peng Dang will go out tonight. Let's go observe his girlfriend and his roommate for a while. Tomorrow is the weekend. There's a possibility of contacting Mr. Fu at the tutoring class. We need to go quickly through all the listed personnel. No one had objections. Franca tried to start the car, but couldn't complete the ignition. The rumbling sound failed to transform. Fuck, the car broke down. Jenna slapped the wheel. At this moment, only one thought appeared. We have to pay for repairs. That's a coincidence, LEMMiNO thought. The car breaks down as we observe him. Yeah, there were no signs before, Franca thought. This is an anomaly. Let's record it, LEMMiNO said. Also sounds like the Celestial Worthy's playbook. Could also be Adam's playbook for sure, but I don't know what Adam would be doing here. It seems rather stupid. Lumin opened the door, got out of the car, and wanted to check if he could fix it. But after standing in the sun, he remembered he had no understanding of internal combustion engines. "I'll call the company," Franca said. Just then, an enthusiastic voice appeared. "Hello, Lee? Anne? What's wrong?" Lumin and Anthony, who had just gotten out of the car, looked and saw it was Stiano, the former high-ranking exchange student they had met yesterday. Thought to be a high-ranking member of the Church of Steam. The car broke down, Lumin said, pointing at the sedan. "Maybe I can help," Stiano said. So it's someone who's helpful. A helpful member of the Church of Steam. Do we know anyone from the Church of Steam? I don't know anyone from there, bro. When Stiano volunteered to help, Lumin smiled and said thank you so much. We know a couple. Do I know anyone? I don't know. What, on WeChat? Where are we adding this motherfucker? Roselle's son? Yeah, true, Bornova. True. Also a few more? I don't remember. Stiano took off his backpack and like a magician pulled out a one-car repair tool after another. Bornova and Stiano doesn't sound like they have any... I don't know who this motherfucker is, bro. Seeing this, Franca couldn't help but wail inwardly. No! It was only going to cost 1,000 or 2,000 to fix before, but now it may cost several thousand after he's done. She could guess why Lumin was willing to let him help. The information provided by the major arcana holders didn't mention this figure. He didn't seem very important or related to Mr. Fool. Yet he seemed to encounter the team twice by chance, indicating either pre-arranged arrangement of fate or that he himself harbored something special. Do you accept? No. Observing him more at this stage may provide useful guidance. For a demoness, this was both a conclusion from logical reasoning and a prompt from spiritual intuition. Never mind, it's just a dream. As long as Mr. Fool believes that the church's high-ranking members are good at repairing machines, he should be able to fix it, Franca thought. Soon after, Stiano raised his face, with traces of light yellow beard avoiding his oil-stained palms, and used the back of his hands to clean up the plain glass perched on the bridge of his nose, and said to Franca, "It's fixed." Really? Don't lie to me, Franca thought. Lumin took out a bottle of water and handed it, with Hunter Demoness branded boiled water provided. A stream of water for Stiano to wash his hands. After the other party had cleaned his hand and put away his tools, Lumin expressed again his thanks and said, "Let's add each other on WeChat. I called it. Let's go. My predictions remain untouched. Truly, I said WeChat." That's the only fucking social media platform I know about China, but we got it, boys. We're batting 1,000 today. If you need any help in the future, you can always find us. Haha, as long as it is within our capabilities. Okay, Stiano said. He then took out his own phone, allowing Lumin to add him. After scanning, Lumin found the other party's nickname was Electrical Power in Energy and Information Technology. Is this the god of steam and machinery? Am I crazy? Does this make any sense? What? Dude, imagine the god of steam and machinery comes to help fix your car. It would be like if you break down and Henry Ford himself re-emerges from the heavens and goes, "Having some issues, are we? I know a thing or two about combustion engines. I don't know if you've heard of me." And you're like, "The fuck is that guy?" Feels weird. Lumin waved goodbye to Stiano, returned to his grey sedan, and showed this gentleman his WeChat to Jenna and the others. That nickname sounds like a university course. Check out his moments. This was the first non-team member Lumin had added, completely forgetting that Frank had mentioned they could look at moments to gather information. Evernight is a shopkeeper? Yeah, but she's just LARPing. He quickly tapped on his avatar. Today, the professor's understanding of this concept information is rather biased. Information is also energy, and energy also contains information. One of the essence of each existence is the aggregation of corresponding... This is the god of steam machinery. I'll bet you $5. No, why am I betting you losers? Let's flip a coin. How long has it been? Do I even have any money at this point? Da, 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 da.
Baby, stay with me.
Da, 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 da.
You got it down now. I never felt
I genuinely don't have any money. But
I never felt like
it's not. Wait, it's a great. Wait, it's a god. It's a true god.
with me.
Was there interference in the last bet?
You got it down now.
There was interference. Avoiding the interference. Stiano is the god of steam and machinery.
I never felt like
Mm,
miserable. I never knew I'd think
it's fine.
will last forever.
Do we know an angel of this king? Of this pathway?
Say now you're always around me. I never felt like so different now. It doesn't seem like we've been far
Oh, what? You want me to flip a coin IRL, Kami? I can do that. But then I'll just always tell you it's always heads because I'm always right. Stiano, I have the name in my notes. It just mentions that he's one of the guys who looked at the second blasphemy slate yesterday. Got an old car. The mechanical aesthetics fascinated me. August 13, I created a wonderful machine. A wonderful machine? How wonderful could it be? As a local in his dream city, no matter how wonderful the machine he creates, it shouldn't be able to exceed the limitations of the dream itself. He does indeed seem like a high-ranking member of the church, and also shows a state of striving to learn and think after coming into contact with more advanced civilization. This should be the underlying logic when Mr. Fool's subconscious moved this image. In the time that followed, they observed key targets such as Peng Deng's girlfriend, Ni Zhen, Peng Deng's roommate, Grisha, and Peng Deng's roommate, Mobet. As it was nearing the end of the day, they returned to the building where Peng Deng worked, patiently waiting for him to finish. Peng Deng appeared just after 6, choosing to take the subway back home. Franca drove the car with Jenna and Ludwig at the destination in advance, while Lumin and Anthony followed at the subway station. Along the way, many women cast glances at Lumin, seemingly struck by his handsomeness. Of course, a few men were also looking. Meanwhile, Peng Deng, who was focused on his phone, not caring at all that there were many beautiful women around, let alone someone of the same sex who was equally as charming. A normal level of handsomeness isn't enough to be approached or attracted to too much attention, unless there's an added gimmick. Anthony, beside him, was naturally ignored by those around him. Yeah. Thanks to the hunter's tracking skills and the demoness's Dude, honestly, Anthony could be replaced. No, I'm not gonna say it. That's too mean. Never mind. And thanks to the hunter's tracking skills and the demoness's ability to hide in the shadows, Lumin easily followed Peng Deng to the vicinity of Harem Community. The latter didn't go home immediately, but turned towards An King North Road and walked to the New City Garden to a restaurant. Lumin looked left and right and saw Franca roll down the car window and wave to him and Anthony. Get anything? Frank asked. Lumen first shook his head and said, now I'm more curious about what's on his phone that keeps him so busy. You don't understand, Frank sighed. Jenna looked at the restaurant and recalled, this is where Mr. Fool and Peng Ding meet often. If we wait longer, Mr. Fool may come. Should we observe? We can, Lumen said. No, I didn't forget the thought knot. It's just really mean. Jenna tersely acknowledged, then I'll buy a roast duck for Ludwig so he stops complaining. She had already found dinner for Ludwig earlier at a fruit wood roast duck shop on the same side of the car. Louis looked at Ludwig, whose mouth was dripping, and said, make it 2, we'll try some. Time ticked minute by minute. Lumen and the others had tried the roast duck and eaten steamed buns, but still hadn't seen Mr. Fool. Maybe Mr. Fool wanted to try something different tonight, Franca said. She then heard a clear chewing sound. Glancing at Ludwig, Franca sighed and handed the food over in her hand. Lumen withdrew his gaze and said he may have gone to do something else. I didn't see him return. Should we continue tailing? Jenna pointed. It's getting dark. If we keep following, something weird may happen. The major arcana holders also mentioned that one of the most likely sides of Peng Deng being problematic is that he has never met with Mr. Fool, that is, Zhou Mingrui, after dark. They're childhood friends. It'd be quite normal to have a late-night snack together. Mr. Fool has initiated many invitations, and Peng himself has also invited Mr. Fool, but they never managed to meet up. Peng could be the celestial worthy dude. This track's so hard. Because one consciousness becomes more powerful at night, so the other automatically says, hey, let's not, okay? It's just, oh no, I can't make it that day. You're like, Either his girlfriend won't allow it, or his girlfriend suddenly got sick, or his roommate broke the door lock, or something else had happened. But when they chose to have a meal or go out during the day, it always happens. Combined with the magic mirror's hint to beware of the night, this seems strange. But they meet in the day though? Yes, but it would make sense, because if Klein is naturally on the back foot, right? Inherently. But in the day he's a little stronger, so they become about even, so they can meet up, and it's not like earth-shattering. But at night, Klein is on the back foot and loses more control, gets really behind, and it's like, and Klein's like, bro, I'm not trying to fucking fight at night. I'm gonna get fucking my shit rocked. Fuck all that noise. So they don't. But in the day, he's slightly on the back foot, but the day brings him to like near 50-50 control. And he's like, okay, we can do this. Back at the rented apartment, seeing Lumion at the increasingly dark sky outside and falling into a deep thought, Franca asked, what's on your mind? I'm thinking of going out tonight to move around like normal people do, see if we find any more anomalies. He wanted to test the boundaries of the night problem before officially contacting Zhou Mingrui tomorrow afternoon. Let's go watch a movie, Franca said. The others knew the concept of movies and were curious about it, so it was unanimously approved. Let's go to a different mall, Franca immediately smiled like a fox. We can also scratch some lottery tickets, so we'll have some money. Can't go to the same place, it would attract attention. Hearing the word popcorn, Ludwig, who had been uninterested, brightened up. Guess the name of the movie? The Fool's Dream, I don't know. in another mall. Franca, satisfied with winning over 2,000 in prizes, led her teammates towards the cinema. Passing by the third floor, they saw a long queue at the entrance. At the entrance of a bookstore, a book signing event, Franca thought. Romance novel queen, Salted Fish Without Dreams, author of the Great Pirate series novel. That pen name is so strange. Salted Fish Without Dreams? The cuttlefish who doesn't... What the fuck is it? What the fuck is his... What's his full title? Could you be any more fucking... Oh my god. Franca smiled. This is only ordinary... Cuttlefish who likes diving, yeah. This is only ordinarily strange. Later, I'll help you download an app that shows you how the pen name of those web novel authors are each stranger than the last. As she spoke, Franca tried hard to stand on the tiptoe to see the author. Lumen walked to her side and cast a glance. A few seconds later, the author raised his head, and Lumen and Franca both froze. "What's wrong?" Jenna asked. "I don't think my eyes are playing tricks on me. How can she be the romance queen?" "Who?" Jenna asked. "Madam Magician," Lumen replied. What? That's not a spell movie. Whoa, 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 whoa. Seer. Salted fish is a Chinese expression meaning people so lazy they look like salted fish at the market. Oh, so he called her a lazy bitch, basically. He said she's the lazy bitch without dreams, is what he said. So and you guys are gonna call me mad for saying that? What? Jenna was shocked by Lumen's answer. Although Jenna had previously seen characters like Roselle as the company's CEO and Vice Admiral Iceberg as a school principal, she never interacted with those famous figures in reality, from Madam Magician she had met. That's the fandom's nickname to Forza and LTM? Salted fish without dreams? Nice. Okay, cute. How could such a powerful angel, a holder of the major arcana holder, one of the followers of the Fool, be a romance novelist? That seemed absurd. Jenna's position didn't allow her to see through the crowd, so she turned her gaze to the inside of the glass wall where the silhouette of the person signing appeared. Jenna's eyes reflected. Through the mirror, she saw the figure's long, slightly curled, dyed brown hair, her colorful spaghetti-strapped dress with layered fabric. It really is her. Lumen stepped back and distanced himself from the crowd. Hiding a mirror in his hand, he asked in a low voice, "Based on what we have observed and the information gathered, when Mr. Fool's consciousness weaves dream images, it signifies the characteristics of the corresponding real-world figures. Roselle, the ruler of a country, so is a CEO. Edwina is a demigod of the Church of Knowledge, so fond of teaching. Long-educated pirates on the Dream City, so here she is a principal. Are you suggesting that she is more or less an author?" Franca thought. Rumi nodded. He asked, "What is the Great Pirate series about?" "I'll search it up," Franca said. "Got anything?" Jen asked after a while. "About a legendary pirate active at sea. Each volume has a different name. The name of the third volume is Crazy Adventure, taking place between the adventures of Garum and Sparrow and three beautiful pirates, Admiral of Stars, Vice Admiral Iceberg, and Vice Admiral Ailment." "Isn't this part of the Great Adventure series?" Jenna couldn't help but ask. "Apparently so. Mr. Fool's subconscious has woven Madam Magician's dream identity as the author of the Great Pirate series. The Great Adventure series from the real world is partially reflected here. The Great Adventure series is a strong romantic element, with the interactions between Garum and his female pirates rather ambiguous. The Great Adventure series has turned many famous pirates into comic characters or protagonists, and even includes introductions to mystical knowledge and privacy of two oracles. Yet Four's Wall has never been visited by any pirates. How would they dare? If Madam Magician is Four's Wall, Jenna thought. I always thought she didn't do book signings for fear of being exposed. Didn't you say Madam Magician was an angel from the 5th epoch with over 1,000 years old? Why would she suddenly begin to write? That was just a guess. Maybe Mr. Dorr lived long enough and only perished recently, and Madam Magician was his youngest student, Lumen thought. Also, haven't you noticed? Because of the popularity of the series, Mr. Fool's avatar, Garum, has gained a large number of worshippers. To use a term I had seen, Garum has many anchors. Was the Adventure series written at the behest of the Church of the Fool as a form of evangelism? And perhaps Madam Magician's current sequence requires her to play the role of an author. Okay, close, not quite, but good, very good deductive reasoning. I like it. I think she would probably be like a planeswalker right now, I think, right? She's probably not a sequence 1. It's possible. Next time we meet her, we should ask for her autograph. Before they finish speaking, what about those letters from before? Jenna and Franca turned to Lumion. I burned them, Lumion said with regret. Jenna shared his regret. When we return to the real world, we can ask about the future developments of the great adventure and when the next book will be out, and if frankly really is that exaggerated. The three of them glanced at the long queue and then turned to Anthony and Ludwig. What movie should we watch? Franca said. Let's watch The Great Pirate 3! Alright, LEMMiNO agreed. It'd be a great opportunity to see what Gehrman was up to. Franca had just won a significant amount of money, so bought 5 seats in a row, 3 buckets of caramel popcorn, and 5 cups of soda. Ludwig had a bucket of popcorn to himself, and everyone else shared the other 2. After entering the cinema and finding the corresponding seats, before Franca could allocate, she found that Lumion and Jenna had left space for them between them for her. I thought Lumion would sit in the middle himself. Franca sat down happily. Ludwig kept tossing popcorn into his mouth, occasionally sipping his iced cola, completely ignoring the images on the screen. After a few minutes, the opening credits began. Jenna's gaze captivated, as if she herself was part of the showcase. The effects are not bad, Franca commented. She wasn't as impressed as the others, because she had seen many blockbusters before her transmigration. Lumion's gaze focused on the 3 pirate ships sailing out of the storm. That Vice Admiral Iceberg looks about 70 to 80% like Principal I from the classes, Jenna said. Vice Admiral Iceberg in this movie looks similar to the demigod of the Church of Knowledge. Edwina? The casting for this movie is quite true to the original, Franca sighed. The hair gaze then froze on another pirate. What do you think she is? Ma'am Hermit, Lumion said. The Admiral of Stars? No, the Queen of Stars, Leia? They all fell silent again. At this moment, the scene changed and a man appeared amidst the storm and lightning, wearing a black trench coat, a half-top hat, standing atop the surging waves. Gehrman Sparrow, the protagonist of the series itself. With this, the opening credits ended and the main feature began. The initial close-up focused on the fish being roasted and various spices. Ludwig, who sparsely glanced at the movie, said, "I want that!" Ordering a meal now? Lumion chuckled, grabbing a few pieces of popcorn, stuffing them into his mouth. I swear, if I'm in this movie and this fucking child is screaming, "I want that" at a piece of food, I'm looking at the fucking parents being like, would you guys fucking feed your child, you fucks? Jesus Christ, or discipline him. What the fuck is this? At that point, I would then be taken out back and Ludwig would eat me. But I would not regret what I am saying, okay? I was hated because I told the truth. Not bad. A qualified popcorn flick, Franco remarked sincerely after exiting the cinema. Beside her, the dispersing crowd poured into the now closed mall, walking towards the still operating elevators. Jenna remained silent and said, "What movies now? Would anyone still watch plays?" Understanding why Jenna would say this. "People still watch them," Franco replied. "Plays and operas have a different characteristic and charm. Many people still appreciate them. They're just not as mainstream anymore. And besides, theater actors are actors, and film and TV actors are actors too." True, but the performance has changed so much and many acting techniques need to be altered. As the dispersing crowd had thinned, Lumion thoughtfully said, "If the power of the mother tree of desire can penetrate the hospital, wouldn't actors be easily influenced?" What is this fucking song you're playing? Along the way, Franca found the environment quite dim, with few lights still only illuminating the path and obstacles. It has the atmosphere of a bizarre story. Franca hadn't forgotten that they're outing tonight. It's your song? I'm sorry. I don't think I've ever heard this before. That's weird. From the information provided by Major, I don't know why, it felt to me like a JoJo song, and I was like, bro, you're gonna get me fucking cancelled. Not cancelled, but like deleted off YouTube. She knew the sequence 4 of the Seer pathway, which was also the Fool pathway, was called Bizarro Sorcerer. Hearing this, Jenna was already on high alert and became even more vigilant. Lumion, acting as if nothing was wrong, led Ludwig into the elevator when Franca and Jenna followed. Holding the door open and turning to smile at the others. "Sorry, I still have a companion who hasn't arrived." The departing audience looked outside, finding the empty lobby. Their hearts suspended, and Lumen released the button and said, "Alright, he's in now." Everyone froze. They hadn't seen anyone entered. Franca patted Lumen's shoulder, feeling happy now. After entering the Dream City influenced by local information and daily environments, she had recovered the tone of speaking like a local. Sorry. Franca apologized. My friend's brain often has spasms. He should apologize himself, everyone thought, looking at Franca. I'm sorry, I went too far, Lumen bowed. The people in the elevator looked over at Franca and Lumen, some feeling sorry that such a flower had found a mentally unstable young man, and others thinking the man's face was wasted and wanting to crowdfund treatment for his brain. At this moment, the elevator doors closed, descending. Suddenly, the lights inside the elevator started flickering, and everyone's hearts leapt to their throats. Everyone was reminded of the phrase, "Beware of the night." Fortunately, the flickering lights didn't affect the elevator's operation. Back in the sedan, Franca didn't remark that everything was still normal, and it was just an interlude within an interlude. She resisted any behavior that may raise flags. "Why did you play that prank?" she asked Lumion. At that moment, I thought, what if Anthony's psychological invisibility became uncontrollable? Something like that would happen, right? So I tried it out. Hearing Anthony's name, Franca and Jenna quickly turned around. Seeing that he was here, they both sighed. Thankfully, he did get in. Lumen continued. Besides, a not too excessive prank like that in an enclosed environment might allow us to experiment with some things without drawing too much attention. Find anything? Franca said. I'm not sure if the subsequent flickering of the elevator lights was a byproduct of the experiment, Lumen said. Does that count? Don't you think the elevator lights flickering made it feel more like a bizarre story? The prank I pulled also intentionally developing in the direction of bizarre? Is it because of the description of Bizarro Sorcerer, to see if it could trigger the instincts of the people in the dream? More likely happen at night, which belongs to the more evil and unpleasant side of the dream, Lumen said. They didn't dare to do more experiments and returned to the rented community by car, fearing to stimulate the celestial worthy's gaze. Of course, this is just the result of one night's experiment and can't be turned into a conclusion quite yet. Frank and Jenna sighed, their spirits less tense. Does this mean we can go out for a barbecue now? Ludwig said. Franca glanced at the naive little boy and grumbled inwardly. The main reason we don't take you out isn't because of beware of the night, it's poverty, idiot. Weekend in a rental apartment, a background formed from frost attached to the walls, surface pinned with sketches and photos. Sketches and photos correspond to different targets. White sticky notes contain the squad's observation and for comparison, relevant sticky notes from the materials provided by the Major Arcana holders. Having his Conspire abilities suppressed to a sequence 7, Lumen stood before this blackboard in order to reduce the burden on his brain, rubbing his chin looking back and forth. Nothing particularly valuable except for that unfortunate incident, Franca said. Anthony nodded. We should go to class now. Jenna looked at her phone. Ludwig, who was watching cartoon and was constantly being ordered around, and was constantly ordering based on the cartoon's contents, looked crestfallen. Lumen stuffed the frost blackboard into Jenna's traveler bag. After parking the car diagonally opposite, Lumen led Ludwig out of the car and said to Franca and Jenna and Anthony, "From now on, keep your distance from me and Ludwig. Don't call, don't send messages. We won't be coming back tonight either. We'll regroup with you tomorrow morning after confirming there are no issues." Even intelligence reduced to a sequence 7? Oof. Everyone nodded solemnly, because Lumen may soon encounter Mr. Fool's real image, Zhou Mingrui, and may have a brief exchange, leading to potentially being discovered, and a result, being kicked out of the dream, so the team had to split up to avoid one person's ejection affecting the whole team. Each person could only be kicked out of the dream 3 times, absolutely no wastes allowed. After closing the car door, Lumen held Ludwig's hand as they crossed the street, and entered the class. "Welcome," the receptionist said. He didn't have a strong impression of the little boy, but rather of his mother. Ludwig's face darkened and he didn't respond. "He needs to sign in." "You are," he said to Lumen. "I'm his father," Lumen replied. The receptionist was stunned. It's one thing for Lu's mother to look young, but how is the father so young? Early love, early marriage, early childbirth, I suppose. After signing in, Lumen was led by the receptionist to the door of the class, the foreign teacher Anderson already standing at the front of the class. "Guess what I can make appear," he said, smiling at the little children. "A flower, a ping pong ball, a panda," the kids played along. "I made the air appear," Anderson said, and everyone mocked. "Are you here for the class lesson too?" Anderson walked over to Lumion. "Although you're a bit older and your brain may be set, it doesn't matter. Wanting to learn is a good thing. Of course, good things don't necessarily lead to good results." "I'm his father," Lumion pointed, not at all provoked. "Hope, how's it going, man?" "Hope, Cuddlefish, give my goat some lines. It's been 900 chapters." "Thank you, not. Fucking Christ, bro." He took the opportunity to say, "Mr. Anderson, can I add you on WeChat? If it doesn't behave well, you can contact me." Anderson looked at him for a few seconds and said, "Okay." The foreign teacher's WeChat name was a name that leaves a deep impression on you. Dude, what a fucking bitch. In court. Nothing new. Classic 12-hour shift. How about you? I just watched my country lose 3-0 at the World Cup. So you really, if you think about it, that's like a 50-hour long shift. I don't know. How do you translate that? I don't know. It's weird, right? But, you know, we're here, you know, still alive, still kicking. I saw that you guys ate shit. Okay, you don't have to say that. Okay, you could have just said we lost. It was getting unnecessary. Lumen stepped back 2 paces and sat down on the waiting bench outside the classroom. His fingers moving through as he assessed Anderson's moments feed. Yesterday, other people's failures are my successes. August 14, everyone has different talents. Some for language, some for art, some for being ordinary. August 13, my roommate died. He got game over in the game called life. August 12th, love is a kind of war. Hunters can also call. August 11, as long as you don't get angry, others will get angry. August 2nd, friend, you really scrolled it down this far? Respect my privacy. Lumen continued scrolling expressionlessly. And saw this familiar yet slightly different prompt. Only 30 days of moments are visible. Lumen chuckled and brought the phone to his mouth and sent Anderson a voice message introducing himself to see if Anderson would respond and what his reply would be. After sitting for 2 minutes, he saw someone approaching. Zhou Mingrui, the manifestation of Mr. Fool. Lumen looked up as if he had just noticed the footsteps, his gaze directing towards Zhou Mingrui, realizing that the current Zhou was more distinct than Gehrman. Both had originally come from the same Zhou Mingrui, but their paths had diverged significantly. One leaning towards the gentle, handsome, and the other emphasizing sharpness and coldness. Zhou noticed Lumen's gaze and looked in the other direction. Lumen smiled and nodded. Zhou paused, unsure why the stranger was greeting him, but he nodded back. Lumen withdrew his gaze, refocused his attention on the still dark phone. Kami. Oh, you didn't? Oh, this music just came on by itself? This is such perfect timing. This is such good timing. Just play this music. He noticed that while his reflection could still be considered handsome, it no longer had the kind of allure that would attract a celebrity's scout attention. Lumen looked at it as Lumen thought as he looked at his still dark phone. He had adjusted his appearance with Lai, toning down his looks a bit. Zhou gave him a puzzled glance before turning and entering the business English class. A few more minutes passed, and the principal of the classes entered the business English classroom with her lesson plan, while the man wearing a floral bow tie went to the beginner class to assist Anderson. This woman genuinely has a fucking angelic voice. Holy shit. Lumen glanced at his camera at the ceiling, then, like most of the parents waiting in the different areas, spent his time on his phone. A few of the parents who knew each other chatted. My Jian can have conversations in English now. Really? Ours just started the beginner class too late. Still working hard though. Look at that kid, he hasn't shut up all day. Probably his first class. It happens. My Jian was a bit unsettled at first too. Lumen paid no attention to these conversations, focusing on the photos he had taken of the frost-colored blackboard, immersing himself in the conspiratorial world. Occasionally, he would check local news and trending videos to stay up to date. The class took 2 breaks, during which Ludwig took the opportunity to come over and replenish his food supplies. The business English class only took 1 break, but Lumen didn't approach Jaume and Grui, merely watching from the corner of his eye. The class ended 10 minutes early. Joe's class ended 10 minutes earlier than the beginner class, and Lumen stood up, blocking Joe's path. With a smile, he said, "Hello! How do you find the business English class? I'm curious." Seeing the confusion on Joe's face, Lumen explained, I'm here for my kid's beginner English class, but I also listen in on your class from the outside. I thought it was pretty good. I'm considering joining. I wouldn't want to waste my time. Here with your kid? Joe questioned. No matter how he looked, this man looked younger than him. But he has a son? Yes, my son, Lumen replied. A son? A son old enough for class? He'd been out of college and in the workplace for 2 or 3 years, and he doesn't even have a girlfriend. But this guy, who looked younger than him, has a 4 or 5-year-old son? Did he have a high school romance that led to a child? Indeed, good-looking people really have all the luck. Joe replied sincerely, Principal I is highly skilled, but the business English class itself requires a bit of foundation. Hold on, Kami, I'm gonna pause the thing, okay, just for a little bit while we have Klein here, okay, just because this song I feel like is perfect for it, so I'm just gonna be playing this song on repeat, okay? He suspected that the young man across from him may have dropped out of high school to get married and never attended college, so he kindly reminded him that the class required some background knowledge. I see, Lumen nodded. Thank you. He took a step back and didn't ask anything else. For a first encounter, this was plenty. He then would observe any subsequent developments. Joe was curious, but wasn't one to pry into others' lives, so he stood at the door of different classrooms observing. After a while, the beginner English class ended, and Lumen handed Ludwig a lollipop, taking his hand and taking him out. Ludwig looked to be 7 or 8. If Joe saw him, he would definitely be left with a deep impression. An 8-year-old son with a father who seemed to be in his early 20s? Someone must have broken the law here. Leaving a deep impression, Mr. Fool's dream manifestation wasn't part of the plan today. After buying a bunch of steamed buns and picking up vegetables to fill Ludwig's stomach, Lumen had a proper dinner with the boy and then checked into a cheap hotel. I think that's it, right? He turned on the TV for Ludwig. Randomly picked a cartoon, scrolled his phone, his thumb hovering over Anderson's WeChat character. Ultimately, he didn't send another message to the foreign teacher, who seemed to perceive the true meaning of the true nature of the dream. In the rental apartment, Franca was leaning against the bed, scrolling through her phone, but her thoughts weren't entirely focused, wondering how things were going with Lumion. Formally engaging Joe could bring about unwanted changes. Jenna felt the same, pacing. Suddenly, Franca sat up. I keep feeling like I forgot something. Is my spiritual intuition warning me? Alright, today's the day of the double-color ball lottery draw, she thought. I forgot. She checked the status, and her mouth wide open. We won? Jen asked. We won. The second prize. A prize of 150,000. Do I have this kind of luck? Could it be Lumion's ability? Everyone was stunned. These last few days, living frugally had made her quite content with even a few thousand, but now that she was in the 6 digits. Franca got out of bed and started pacing. If we save a bit more, we could rent some of those intriguing items. Shouldn't we think about paying off the loans? Jenna thought. We haven't reached the due date yet. Putting such a large sum at once won't attract the lottery department's attention or the celestial worthy. It's a little over 100,000. What is that? The person who won the first prize made more than 30 bets, each worth 5 million. We just have mere crumbs at our hands. And also, in BG Hotel, after supper, Ludwig had fallen asleep on the bed while Lumin lay awake, leaning against the pillow. So far, Anderson hadn't sent him any messages, and directly engaging with Joe hadn't led to any noticeable abnormalities. As time ticked by, Lumin suddenly felt a booming thunderclap and saw the night sky briefly illuminated by thunder. Lumin stayed awake the whole night, greeting daylight with a clear mind. He checked his phone and saw numerous reports of flooding in waterlogged areas. Symbolic? If so, what does it symbolize? After stuffing Ludwig with a bunch of steamed buns, Lumin took him out for noodles, ordering pea paste noodles for himself and tomato and egg noodles for Ludwig. The peas were stewed until soft and tender, absorbing the sauce, making the noodles fragrant and flavorful. After breakfast, he leisurely took the public transport back to the rental apartment. Seeing that Ludwig and Lumin were fine, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. The preliminary result of the experiment is that simple daytime contact, without leaving a strong impression, doesn't attract the celestial worthy's attention. Of course, maybe I've been deceived, and he's not targeting me deliberately, waiting for me to group up with you all. Okay, let's leave at 33 today, if that's okay. Let's do 2 more chapters. I did 10 chapters, that's pretty good, right? Hearing Lumin's words, Franca and the others couldn't help but tense up a little. Lumin pulled up a chair and sat down. With a smile, I said, I wonder what it feels like to be kicked out of a dream. Will it be like leaping out of the deep sea or getting booted? He mused about how he may get ejected, his tone light, as if he were simply describing what he had for breakfast. Everyone, are you all hunters like this, facing danger without fear? Of course I'm scared, but what good is it? No matter how frightened I am, I'll act like it's no big deal. I certainly won't let my words betray any weakness. Franca laughed. No wonder, they say the toughest thing about a hunter is their mouth. Everyone turned to look at Franca. Fuck, I didn't mean to say that. In this dream, they say that those who can keep their composure amid great turmoil are worthy of being generals. Getting kicked out of the dreamscape isn't scary. We can try again. What is frightening is if he restricts us, sending his subordinates, and kills us. Then there's nothing left. So you're saying if things go south, we should leave the dream early? Yes, Lumin said. Thinking of adding Mr. Fool's QQ and WeChat with an alternate account? Franca asked Lumin. Yeah, but I can't think of a good reason. I just get rejected. Maybe I should use... Do you want to learn the truth about the world and the secrets of the supernatural powers as a request? Mr. Fool, right now he's just an ordinary person who recently has taken an assassin potion, feeling the allure of supernatural powers but doesn't know much yet. He needs guidance. Anthony shook his head. If he discovers that on his own that you can teach him real occult knowledge, even if it costs him money, he may add you. But if you actively and enthusiastically try to guide him, it'll have the opposite effect. Exactly, Franca said. He may block you. He could even call the police. Maybe I could create a mystery-themed video account, build a reputation, and wait for him to come to me. But that would risk exposure to the celestial worthy. I don't have technical know-how, Franca said. Maybe we could stage a minor mysticism incident involving Mr. Fool's friends or colleagues and solve it. Word would get back to him then. Also, we to test the celestial worthy's surveillance patterns, but we would need to prepare for the person responsible to be detected. We should then have them move out in advance and maintain contact with us through more discreet methods. Worth a try? Instead of assigning someone to carry out the plan, Lumin turned to Franca. Time to submit our resumes to the Intis group. Okay, Franca said. She had already prepared resumes. She had applied for an administrative role while Lumin applied for security. Amongst the 4 of them, Franca was the only one with formal qualifications, but her field was far removed from Joe's, so she couldn't apply for the same department and had to choose a position that would frequently contact with them. And the other three, Anthony's cover was that of a retired soldier. Jenna was an art student majoring in drama, and Lumina a high school dropout. It wasn't that Madam Justice didn't want to forge academic credentials that could be verified. Even if she did, they'd be exposed during interviews. They wouldn't be able to answer professional questions. For some reason, Franca chose to apply herself instead of sending Jenna, who in theory could have a better shot at an administrative position as an art student. After submitting the resume, Franca looked at Lumina and said, "I've got some good news." "Did we win the lottery?" Lumina said. "How?" Whatever. "Guess how much?" Franca said. "Miss, you bought so many tickets with the same number. I've already looked up the minimum for the second price. What do you think? Can I guess how much you won?" "That's not the point. The point is, didn't you notice anything strange? When we fought the corpse, the marionettist didn't intervene. When we were outside the Dream Provision store, someone warned us about technological methods of eavesdropping like devices, and now we've won a lottery ticket. What's this? Something is helping us. We think it's an expression of Mr. Fool's subconscious within the dream, rather symbolic. Why is it so hot tomorrow? 'Cause you're there, Seer." Truly not. Neither he nor the Celestial Worthy holds absolute dominance. During the day he's stronger, and at night the Celestial Worthy is. But even at night he's not entirely powerless. I did notice that Fate's thread was special and didn't think it would lead to a lottery win. Maybe special was plenty. "Praise the fool," Franca said. "So, who's going to claim the prize?" She had already looked up the prize collection process online. "I'll go," Anthony said. At 10 in the morning, when none of them had entered any abnormalities, Lumion headed to the bedroom to catch some sleep. Franca drove to the sedan with Jenna, Anthony, and Ludwig. As she drove, Franca grew more and more agitated. Why do we hit every fucking red light? Could it be him manifesting? Symbolizing we shouldn't do this? Franca calmed down, focusing intently on her driving and even relying on her demoness intuition to avoid accidents on the way. Due to the unfortunate timing of the red lights and traffic jams, they arrived nearly half an hour later than planned. Before Franca could hand the ticket to Anthony, she saw a figure leap from the rooftops of the lottery center and crash onto the ground. With a splat, blood pooling everywhere. Really? All this for a second place prize? Anthony got out of the car, mingled with the crowd to see what had happened. He returned and said, "The person who jumped was the head of the lottery center. 15 minutes ago, the anti-corruption department showed up. To stop me from claiming the prize, they sacrificed the head of the lottery center?" Undeterred, Franca sent Anthony to the center with a lottery ticket, but the staff informed him that the prize claims were suspended for the day and to come back tomorrow. "It was so close. Fuck. We'll bring Lumion tomorrow. Maybe he can do something." When they returned, Lumion was already awake. "Why are you up before noon? Shouldn't you sleep a bit?" Franca said. "I got a call." "Wow, you just got this number a few days ago and you're already getting calls?" "It's from the Intus group. They want me to come in for an interview." "An interview? I didn't even get one. My resume's way better than his." Lumion took out his phone, unlocked his screen, and gave it to Franca. Maybe that's why. Franca took the phone. During last night's thunderstorm, a car was struck by lightning, leaving 1 dead and 3 injured. The deceased personnel were all security personnel from the Intus group. Bro, you need an air conditioner ASAP? I agree. I'm not good. They're based as fuck. What the hell? Can it really be this much of a coincidence? Franca blurted out after extracting key points from the news article. It's gonna be 38 degrees. It's 28 degrees for me right now. So how about you have some fucking kindness? Yesterday afternoon, Lumion made his first contact with the dream manifestation of Mr. Fool, and last night, the Intus group's security department lost 4 people. The chain reaction caused by contact? Or someone pulling strings? I wonder if this is a good or bad thing, Jenna whispered. Lumion was quite composed. Good or bad, becoming employees of the Intus group and Joe's colleagues is something we need to do. If there is no problem, we go. If there is, we still go. I was worried for a brother. I'm fine personally. Nah, I'm just fucking around, dude. 38 is fucking cooked. We were at like 36 for one day. It was 36 feel like 41. And it was genuinely cancer AIDS. Oh my god. Since the interview was imminent, Lumen and the others went out for lunch to find a real estate agent to look for a new place to stay. According to the plan, the next steps would involve working individually or in pairs to avoid interference and minimize risk. So if one of them was compromised, the others wouldn't be dragged down. 31 max? Alright. Sir, I thought you were French. Am I crazy? Half? But you live in Belgium? Yeah, like I know you're half Belgium as well, but you live in Belgium? Belgium is like French with extra steps? No, Monaco is like French with extra steps. During the observatory phase, the risk was minimal, so they could attract attention. However, once they entered contact and probing stages, every move could draw the Celestial with his attention. Mom's side is from I see. So you spend a bit of time in both places then? This time, Lumina's team chose Denchong Garden, a community district 3 bus stops away from their current location. Only 5 years old, a complex with new facilities in the area boasting a new mix of well-known brands and trendy stores. They picked this place because the information provided by the major arcana holders indicated that Lu Shan, an employee of the Intus Group Administrative Department with a real counterpart, lived here. Lu Shan. She was also a target for contact and probing. The lobby of the community district had a clean, bright, luxurious feeling. 1-bedroom apartment cost 2,000, Jenna grumbled, her heart aching. That's nearly as much as we pay for their current 3-bedroom unit. Not anymore, I'm busy here for the moment. Music study, so you're trying to become even less employable. Nice. Respect. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's expensive, but we have to, Franca said. Tomorrow we must claim that lottery prize. Although both the landlord and real estate agent were men, Jenna hadn't used charm in negotiations, instead relying on lie and makeup to make herself appear more ordinary. With only a bit of help from instigation, she managed to negotiate 2,000 off the rent. Lumin nodded. With his view, as long as it was within their abilities, any necessary expense should be made, no matter how much it hurt. He couldn't be stingy. As he swept his gaze across the lobby, he noticed a vending machine in the corner. The bottles inside had particularly sleek designs. Recalling the hints in their information, Lumin walked over. Each of the names, too familiar. Seer, Assassin, Bard, Sleepless. Nah, my teacher's never babying me. Let's go! You're gonna become a music composer? Is that the plan? Or a musician? Ran up to the... Thank you, Kami. Do you think they're the real thing? Franca looked over. She had also recalled the dossier information of the fully automated vending machines and fully automated wishing machine. Lumin studied the vending machine and chuckled. The high sequence is sequence 7, and the selection isn't vast. If there were something like War Bishop or Demoness of Unaging, I'd be tempted to empty this fucking thing. Even if they were usable, you couldn't digest them, Franca said. Let's see what I get. She pulled out her phone. Based on the law of convergence, you'll probably get something like a Demoness or Hunter. The point isn't what I get, but pulling one out to test on a rat to see if it works. With that, Jenna completed the scan and paid 5 yuan, and Franca received the Sleepless Potion. Evernight. Interesting. My sequence isn't high enough, nor do I possess Godhood. Convergence isn't that strong, I suppose. After storing the drink in her traveler bag, Franca burst into laughter. You know, a Sleepless Potion could probably be made with enough caffeine. The group didn't linger by the vending machine, crossing the lobby and heading to Building 5, where their new apartment was. Before leaving the lobby, Lumin had a sudden impulse and instinctively glanced back at the vending machine. The corner it occupied was now empty. As expected, he thought. Everyone followed his gaze and shared the same feeling. Both and sound designer? Ah, cool. It's a lot of work, but at least I can study when I want, and that's why I can be here anytime. Aw, thanks, Pooks. In the evening, after settling into Deshawn Garden, Jenna sat at the lobby of Building 5, patiently waiting. She didn't know how long it took, but eventually, through the glass entrance, she spotted a figure she'd been observing. Jenna stood up naturally, tucking a stray of her a stray lock of her hair behind her ear. She paced back and forth until a 20-plus girl walked by, with brown hair and a pleasant face, wearing a light green dress, carrying a white handbag. Light green. Audrey? Jenna coincidentally found herself... No, brown hair. That can't be, idiot. Think. Jenna coincidentally found herself face to face with her. Bye, Aaron! Alright, we're finishing after this chapter, and we're like halfway through the last chapters anyway, so... Thank you so much for staying. Have a good night, buddy. The girl in the green dress was indeed Lu Shan, Zhou's colleague and employee of the Intus Group Administrative Department. Hello, do you know how to get to the activity room in this district? Jenna asked. Go at the east gate, it's on the left, Lu Shao responded. Thank you. She had removed her previous makeup and used charm, suppressed to sequence 7. The smile caught Lu Shan's eyes. You're so beautiful, she said. Would you model for me? I'm learning to paint in my spare time, and I'm pretty good, and I love painting beautiful people. I'll pay you. Painting. Jenna's temples throbbed. To her, a painter was a terrifying occupation. She had once killed her painted self. Lu Shan had been corrupted or influenced by that evil god of the Fantasy Association, Jenna thought. No, I'm not interested in modeling at the moment, I'm sorry. That's a shame. I'm pretty good, you know. I'll show you some of my work sometime. Maybe you'll change your mind. You just moved in, right? I've lived here for a long time. Never met anyone quite as beautiful as you. Can I add you on WeChat? I think she's being too scared. It's Mr. Fool's dream. There's not going to be an evil god here. What? Because there's 2 great old ones, there must be more? Nah. Two's plenty. Okay, we're fine. Jenna had planned to find an excuse to add her, but not this quick. Something seemed off. I'm just a tenant, she said. So what? I was a tenant too. Alright. Jenna made herself deliberately seem a bit meek, someone who wasn't good at rejecting others' kindness. When she added her, Jenna selected the chat-only option to make it seem like she wasn't too willing to add strangers, avoiding giving the impression she was actively seeking her out. After taking a walk to the activity room and grabbing a meal, Jenna noticed it had grown dark and returned to the 23rd floor apartment. For the next 2 or 3 days, she'd be here alone. After turning on the star-shaped main light, Jenna's gaze swept over the grey and orange sofa, the stylish decor, minimalistic sheen of the windows. Compared to the 3-bedroom unit until Lumi and the others were renting, this 1-bedroom apartment was obviously nowhere better furnished. Jenna walked towards the window, her fingers brushing over the white dining table, her texture and wallpaper on the walls. Building on varying heights dotted, crisscrossing. How beautiful, Jenna admired. When she returned to the sofa, her steps a little lighter. When we have more money, let's rent a place like this for everyone. Jenna sat down, peacefully waiting for any anomalies that may arise from her contact with Lu Shan. Time ticked by, she scrolled her phone. She came across a review of the movie The Great Pirates 3. Each one... 3 beautiful pirates surrounding him, each with a history of flirtation, yet he only took the dumb sailor? What the fuck? I want my money back! Jenna was puzzled. She didn't see anything wrong with this. From the start, she knew how it would end. Gehrman was an incarnation of Mr. Fool, his oracle, who would naturally meet up with the other oracle, Danitz, and leave together. Jenna felt the real flaw in that scene was how Danitz didn't play any significant role and was a mere side character. After spending nearly 2 hours and no signs of anything unusual, Jenna checked the time, stood up, and went to the bathroom to freshen up. As soon as she switched on the bathroom light, a buzzing light sound filled the room, and the entire apartment was plunged into darkness. All the lights went out. Nice. Good place to end, I think. Little mystery, never hurt anyone. If I remember right, that's an actual comment in Volume 3. Haha, nice. Yes, it is an actual comment, Kami. You know why? Because it was my comment all along. I have read Lord of the Mysteries when it was coming out. Haha, get fucked, idiots. It's a chill ball. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, no, it's fun. 2.5 hours? Yeah, good time. I think we made good timing too. Potential Outer Wild stream later? Yes, yes. Very potential. I'm potential man, okay? Alright, good night, guys. Hopefully see you guys in a bit. If not, I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow night, maybe Monday. Wiz, be honest. I am potential. Do you like Outer Wilds? Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, no, I'm genuinely enjoying. Trust me, I wouldn't play it if it wasn't. I promise. Bye, guys.